Well, you've said that the devil runs Hollywood.
I did say that.
Yes. You still believe it?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Didn't we just have Christmas?
Yes.
What were the films that premiered for Christmas? Name the titles you can think of now.
Let me see. There was Carry On,
Right?
which had a Christmas backdrop to it.
Right.
But I can't really think of any actual
And
Christmas
then you
films.
had Nicole Kidman's film came out.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah. With Baby Girl, I think it's called.
Okay, yeah, I
Not
missed
a
that
Christmas movie.
No.
It's not a Christmas
No,
movie.
you're not really seeing Christmas movies right
You're
now.
not really seeing... And then
There's no
Nostradamus.
Grinch,
What
there's
is that?
no,
Nostradamus. Whatever.
yeah.
I can't even say it. It's so evil. How do you say that? Is that the vampire movie?
Yeah.
Which, if you
Nosferatu,
look at
yeah.
the marketing for the new Christmas vampire movie, Vlad, see where I'm going
new
with this,
Christmas
guys? See the
vampire
new
movie,
Christmas vampire movie? If you look at the advertising for that, it doesn't say devil. It doesn't say, this. It never says, it says, darkness. And, the principalities of darkness. And, so to answer your question, if you really want to open this can of spiritual worms, Vlad,
Let's open it.
the rating system in Hollywood is what it is. So you have G, PG, PG-13, NC-17, rated R, all of that, right?
Yeah.
Which one of all those ratings, Vlad, is the most profitable?
G.
G, correct.
Yeah.
What percentage of G films are made every year?
30%.
Something like that.
Yep.
I ask you, Vlad, who runs Hollywood? Why would the highest profitable rating be only 30%? What are they making in that other 70%?
Well, but
Vlad?
you can't just make kids' movies and that's it.
I agree.
Right? If you're a major studio, you can't just have 90% of your films be G-rated films.
Right.
And what was it? Is it MGM? It's art for art's sake. I think there's a certain level of creativity that the film companies want to do.
Right.
Harvey Weinstein, I thought, was really good at that when he looked at films like The Help and so forth. I don't think he looked at that film as, this is going to be the biggest blockbuster. I'm sure he didn't think it was going to be bigger than Lord of the Rings, but it was a very creative film.
Right.
And it did well, and it won Oscars and so forth.
Right.
So I think that's why they don't just do 80, 90% G-rated films, even though they make a lot of money. That's what I think.
I disagree completely.
Okay.
I disagree completely.
And why is that?
Well, just because if you're any one of these fat cats running stuff, it's all about the money. But like Amazon just bought MGM, bro. Like that.
The whole back catalog.
Like that.
Yeah.
Bezos just went, buy it. I don't care what it costs. I want it. And now, just like Whole Foods, he's going to switch the legendary MGM to Amazon. And then he's going to plug that in to Whole Foods.
Right.
And then he's...
Well, to be fair, Jeff Bezos is not part of Amazon anymore.
But bro,
he has retired.
My point is...
But, his fingerprints are all over it.
Right.
I get it.
But my point is, it's about the money. And don't ever let Hollywood fool you to believe it's about something else. All of those... Bob Iger right now is trying to make more money, Daddy-O.
Yeah, I feel
like
you.
all the rest of them. So that's the kind of irony of my point. Yeah. When I make the G to PG-13, R, NC-17 comparison, if you really want to be in profit, where the hell is one person in Hollywood who's going to be the king of Hollywood to break all this down? I want to know.
Well, it's Disney to a certain degree, right? I mean, Disney dominates the G films as a whole, right?
They probably profit the most from G.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to figure out is...
But even a lot of their biggest films aren't G-rated films. Like, is Moana G-rated or is it PG?
G. Should be G. I'm going to guess. Maybe PG, but it doesn't... You're making the same point.
No, Moana is a PG-rated film.
Right.
What about Moana 2? Let's take a look.
Now, my question is, how did Moana become PG and not
PG
G?
as well. Yeah, PG
Why
as
is
well.
It PG?
I don't know. Maybe some of the themes are a little mature. I mean, I love the film. Moana is one of my favorite Disney films ever.
I could joust Vlad right now. No, but I understand what you're saying. And
Yeah.
listen, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, even
Art for
Frozen
art's
was
sake
PG.
is a great
Wicked was
idea.
PG. Yeah.
Art for art's sake is a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, a vampire movie at Christmas, I think is designed.
Okay.
It seems to be they scheduled it differently, Vlad.
Yeah, fair
You
enough.
know what I mean? Did it have to be on the birth of the Savior? Is all I'm saying.
Fair enough. Well, your next film was Fled with Lawrence Fishburne.
Brilliant film.
Yeah. And
Great
apparently,
producer, Frank Mancuso Jr.
Yep. And apparently, Lawrence Fishburne almost broke your ribs at one point
Oh, yeah.
during the fight scene.
Right. So I had just done Biodome with Pauly Shore. And working on that project with MGM, they turned around and, like I said, Frank Mancuso Jr. was this guy that produced the film. And they said, hey, we have this thing. There was a lot of the time in the studio system where they'd have projects they put into development, but they weren't sure what the timing of it was going to be. And Fled was one of these great opportunities where literally the studio was so happy with the Biodome results and what was happening with, you know, the kind of development and the release of Biodome that they called me to say, hey, we have this thing what's called in turnaround. They said, we have this thing that's on the shelf and we're thinking about doing it. And we like Lawrence for this. And are you interested? And that's how I got to be part of that one.